Good afternoon guys, welcome back to another video. It is a rest day today, completely off the bike. So I thought I'd do something a little bit different. So currently I'm out walking the dogs. I'm up on the top of a hill here. You can't see anything past that because of that sunshine. So today I just wanted to do a bit of a Q&A, and I want to start this Q&A by talking a little bit about myself. There's been a lot of new subscribers recently, so there's a lot of you guys who don't really know me that well. So I just wanted to have a bit of a chat and explain who I am and give you guys a bit of a Q&A. So my name's Cameron, I'm a first cat road racing cyclist here in the wonderful UK. I'm 19 years old, I'm nearly 20 actually, my birthday is in 25 days I think. It's the 30th of October, don't worry, you don't need to get me a card, it's okay. So I've been racing road bikes for 3 years now. Prior to that I raced BMX from about 4 or 5 years old. Basically when I started riding a bike I started racing BMX. So I grew up racing BMX before switching across to road cycling when I was about 15 years old, 14. So the first question is, how tall are you? I'm 6'2", and because we're cyclists here, I'll tell you how much I weigh. I weigh 68 kilograms. Someone asked, did I decide on a winter bike? Now for those of you that are new, I've had a bit of a chat going the last week or two about what winter bike I should get. We're going into winter now, so I've been looking at new winter bikes, something cheap, something with sort of a racy geometry. So any of you new guys, if you know anything that's cheap, reliable, let me know. I digress. I've not made a 100% decision yet, but I think a good option will be the Kinesis Race Lite. That's probably in the top of my mind at the minute. I've not made a decision yet, I've not ordered anything yet, but at the minute that's at the forefront of my thoughts. And I actually got another question related to the winter bike. Why are you even getting a winter bike? I'm presuming that this question is from someone outside of the UK, because in the UK in the winter it's very wet, it's very gritty, it's very cold. So you need a winter bike that has mud guards to keep the water off you, to keep you dry and relatively warm, and to keep the grit out of your bike. Otherwise you'll just destroy your bottom bracket and your headset. That's why you need a winter bike. Next question, do I have a coach or do I self-coach? Currently I have a coach, I have done for the past year and a half maybe. He basically sets all my training out week on week, so every weekend I'll have the plan for that week, and that's done via Training Peaks. If you don't know what Training Peaks is, it's a great piece of software. You have to pay for the premium version. It's a little bit like Strava, but a little bit more sort of scientific, and you can look more into graphs. It's just a little bit more of an analytic tool rather than like a fun sort of community program, although I do use both. Where do I live? I live in the north of England near a town called Preston. I absolutely love living here in terms of training because you've got the flat coastal roads out towards Southport, or if you want to go hilly you can head north into the Ribble Valley, and it's always quiet. Some great climbs around there like Waddington Fell, Longridge Fell. I love it. Which Garmin do I use? Currently I use the Garmin 510. I did used to use the 810, but then it crashed on me. But currently I'm using the 510. I really rate the 510. It's never let me down. It's a nice, small, compact computer. You don't have to worry about it falling off your bike. It's very sort of secure, whereas the 810 feels a little bit more as though it could break. The 510 is a real sturdy, solid piece of equipment. So if you're looking for a Garmin, I do recommend the 510. Now you can't put maps on it, but you can put routes on it and follow it as though it's like a pencil drawing. That's what I do, it works well, and for me, I don't need the maps. The next question is, what is next season's race bike? The honest answer is I don't know yet. As all you guys saw, I was racing a Trek this year, which was a brilliant bike. I absolutely love the Trek, but it was a team bike, so it went back at the end of the year. So currently I'm training on last year's race bike, which is an awesome bike. Aesthetically, it's probably one of the nicest bikes I've ever seen. I'm sure you will agree with that. But as of yet, I'm not sure in terms of next year's race bike. What happened to the Trek? I just explained that. How long does it take to recover from a 3-week break? Now at the end of this season I had a 3-week break. I went over to Thailand with my girlfriend for 3 weeks. I vlogged the whole thing, you can check out the videos. But that was 3 weeks completely off the bike. Granted, I did run every other day, but when I got back on the bike I was just so unfit. But yeah, I've been training back 2 weeks now, and I pretty much feel back to normal. Obviously I've not got the form that I did, but in terms of sort of base fitness, like I can go out and do a 2, 3, 4 hour endurance ride and I feel completely fine. So yeah, two weeks. I want to wrap this up pretty soon. I don't want to drag on. I hate those Q&As which go on and on, full of pointless, boring questions, which is probably what this has been, but who cares? But the last question is, what do I do for a living? I've already answered this question time and time again. It's probably the question I get asked the most. What do I do for a living? But basically at the minute I work part-time, I work in a factory, operating a machine. It's a relatively easy job to do, it's a relatively sedentary job to do. Therefore I just get to sit down all day, operate the machine. It's ideal in terms of recovery from a training. It's not the most glamorous jobs, I admit that, but at the minute it works well for me. It lets me train and it lets me make videos, so it's a win-win situation in my eyes. But that's it for today, guys.
So it's actually the following day, the day this video will go up. But I just received a question on YouTube and I couldn't not put this question in. This is a great question. Toon asked me, who inspired you to start YouTube? And this is a great question because it's a little bit more complex than the standard or Casey Neistat or any other YouTuber that inspired someone to start YouTube. So growing up I love making videos, I love taking videos, I love sort of going on holiday, videoing it all, coming home, putting together like a little video about it, nothing of any significance, just like a 30-second or 1-minute clip. And obviously growing up I did BMX and I love sort of taking my GoPro out when I went training on the track and make like a little edit of me doing all these jumps and stuff. It's just something that I enjoy to do. I just love the process of taking footage, compiling it together into like an edit, sticking a music track over the top of it, and just having something that I created myself, and like it's my work that I can be proud of. And I just love that process of it all. And maybe at the start of this year I was thinking, you know, I want to get back into making videos, do it a bit more seriously. I wanted to start YouTube, but I just didn't think there was an audience for my passion. As you all know, my passion is cycling. I love cycling, and I knew if I started a YouTube channel it would be about cycling because that's my thing. But I just didn't think there was an audience for cycling. And then I came across this YouTube channel one day whilst I was just flicking through YouTube, who I'm sure you all know. He's called Cycling Maven, and what he was doing was exactly what I wanted to do. Make vlogs about cycling, about training, about my life as a cyclist. And I saw he had this audience of like 7,000 or 8,000 subscribers, and I was like, wow, that was the changing moment for me, that I realised, okay, there is an audience for cycling here, despite it being a minority sport in relation to football or rugby or cricket or something. There's still a niche audience who come onto YouTube to watch cycling videos, and that, to be honest, was the changing moment for me. I thought, right, okay, here we go then, let's set up a YouTube channel, let's make some cycling videos and just see how it goes. And yeah, that's who inspired me and what inspired me, and the story of how I got onto YouTube.
Thanks for watching this Q&A. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do enjoy the Q&As, please let me know by leaving a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys back to the regularly scheduled vlogs tomorrow.